Today we act like diplomats, to his merry men bold Robin says, we clear yon castle both of mice and the alliance Francaise.
Looking for someone?
Robin, I thought you hadn't received my message.
I'm glad to see the thought made you unhappy. Oh, Marian, look, the sun's shining and you're beside me. The whole day's ours. Now, what shall we do with it?
Robin, I'm sorry, but I sent for you for a very special reason. We've a long distance to travel and a great problem to meet when we get there.
No problem could be grave on a day like this.
Robin, this is serious. We must go at once.
Castle de la Roche. Why on earth have we come here?
You'll see. Lived here for over 60 years.
And we've come to pay a call on nobody.
You'll find out soon enough.
Your Majesty. Why didn't you tell me we would find the Queen Mother here?
Her Majesty asked me to say nothing.
That comes from a long life full of diplomatic intrigue, Robin Hood. Never speak an unnecessary word that might be overheard.
Of course.
And that is why I have journeyed alone to this deserted castle, to meet with the most loyal subject the king has in this shire.
Your Majesty is flattering.
I am also very demanding. The Duc de Chambertin is coming from Paris for a secret meeting with the Sheriff of Nottingham. You know what that means?
Yes. It means that Prince John and the King of France wish to form an alliance against King Richard.
Exactly. I am asking you to be responsible for the success or the failure of the French delegation.
How many of them are there, by the way?
The report is that there are 3 in the party. They landed at Colchester 2 days ago and should arrive at Nottinghamshire tomorrow. They are dressed as merchants.
I'll do everything I can think of to make their stay in England unpleasant, and their mission a diplomatic catastrophe.
It is good to be out of the saddle for a while. I think our jongleurs have been exaggerating with their stories of how barbarous life in England is. We've seen no violence since we landed.
That's true, Your Grace, and it's most unfair on me. I haven't had a chance to serve you.
Well, it's a strange misfortune you complain of, Sir Gaillard. The fact that we have not been troubled is hardly a cause for regret.
Seems unnatural to me. 4 whole days without drawing my sword.
Then draw it a few times tonight when you go to bed. We should be thankful for our good fortune. What in the name of the Wilson Saints is that?
We're attacked! I'll cut them to pieces!
Put that down! These English archers never miss. Perhaps we can satisfy them with a purse.
Let us at least see what their intentions are. What do you wish of us, my good fellow?
I'm not your good fellow or anybody else's. I'm an evil fellow with an itching arrow finger. Now throw down your purses. And you drop that sword.
Better give them everything. Our mission is to come safely to the sheriff.
Your money at once or they shoot.
Do as they ask.
But we are only humble French merchants, traveling on our way to Nottingham Fair. Surely you will spare us a change of linen?
You won't need it. Prepare the halters.
We have given you everything we have. What more do you want?
There is no reason to harm us.
If you think we're holding back any money, search us.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time to search you once you hang.
Follow me, Your Grace. Oh! That's winged him.
Hold in the name of the sheriff.
It's the sheriff's man.
Over there, you outlaw dog. All right, tie his hands.
What delayed you? Well, we almost had to hang them.
May we know the name of our deliverer?
Sir Redfern of Ravenswood, Lieutenant to his lordship, the Sheriff of Nottingham. I take it that you are the two distinguished French visitors I was sent to meet.
Ah, so you were sent to meet us?
At your service. Are you His Grace, the Duke of, no?
These outlaw rogues.
Oh, pray do not alarm yourself. They'll have little opportunity for talking once the, well, may I welcome you to Nottinghamshire, in the name of the Sheriff. His lordship bids me to tell you that there has been a change of plan for the meeting.
We can be grateful for that. These devils were going to hang us.
Oh, heaven forbid. And it was lucky I came up in time. Oh, you great savage oaf.
What was the change of plan?
Well, a precaution against the spies of King Richard, who lurk in Nottingham. I am to escort you instead to a castle of the sheriffs in the Greystone Crags.
Excellent. We cannot be too careful.
Oh, your poor friend appears to be in no condition for the saddle.
How about it, Gaillard? Can you ride?
Perish the thought! I'm near swooning with pain at the very mention of it. Best leave him somewhere and pick him up on our way home. Besides, he's little use to us now, but we have Sir Redfern here to protect us.
Oh, thank you. Now, there is an inn nearby where they'll attend to his needs, and you can collect him on your return.
Good. Let us take him there.
Follow me. Oh, you there? Don't forget to hang these fellows by their own nooses, will you?
Hang them? Right there? Without any further ado?
Well, English justice, Your Grace, is speedy justice. Come, we still have considerable distance to ride. Joan! Oh, mind your head. The beams are rather low in this country. Oh, what a heavenly vision.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you.
Ah, catch a lovely maiden at her most informal moment if you want to drink the full measure of her beauty. Isn't she a sight for England to be proud of? Joan, my sweet, I want to ask a favor of you.
Oh, of course, but I'm such a mess. Let me put these...
Oh, please let me take them. Have you a room upstairs? I mean, where my friend can pass a day or two and be seen by no one.
There is a room.
You'll be well paid for it. He's not in the best of health. Had a rather unpleasant accident.
An honourable wound in the defence of my liege lord. Ah, not unpleasant for an English odour.
Would you like some?
Well, I am rather a student of the gastronomic customs of different countries.
Gastronomic?
He means he's hungry.
Oh, allow me.
Would you like some?
Only the food of love satisfies me. I am desolate at the thought of parting from him. All the more reason not to prolong the agony. I'm sure you'll be most comfortable here, but as your friends are waiting, I must not delay them. I'll be back for you. Till then, not a word to anyone.
Where are you, girl? We're as dry as dust in here. Must we perish of thirst? Hey, what's this? Look at the fella, Jack. Now, what do you think ails him?
His mother had to paddle him, I'll wager, and he's not able to sit down yet.
I am standing because I suffered on the field of honor.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Funny place for an honorable wound. Were you running backwards towards the enemy? We were fighting outlaws. They tried to kill us.
There's a story for you. More likely it was her husband shot him.
It was outlaws, I tell you. I was guarding my Lord Duke on his way to visit the Sheriff of Nottingham.
And where is your lord now?
I've just told you. On his way to meet the Sheriff. Well, this is all highly confidential, you understand. Secret foreign relations. On your honor, not a word.
Of course. And you shouldn't be allowed to run around loose with such terrible secrets.
Unhand me, you scoundrels! I'm traveling in your country as a representative of a foreign sovereign.
Tell it to the sheriff.
I'm gratified, Sir Gaillard, that you realize at last that I am the Sheriff of Nottingham, and that your friends are in the hands of an impostor.
If I ever get my hands on that smooth-talking, skinny one, I'll turn him inside out.
Just tell me where they've gone, and I'll soon find a use for your hands.
And they said something about a deserted castle. The Greystone Crags, I think.
A deserted... That can only be the Castle de la Roche. Howard, turn out the entire guard and saddle my horse.
And you say the sheriff maintains this castle?
Well, only casually, Your Grace. It's a relic of the conquest. The sheriff occasionally spends the night here when the chase leads him far afield.
No doubt it is adequate shelter for his hunting dogs and horses.
Aye. Tell my lord the sheriff that Sir Redfern is here with 2 distinguished French merchants.
Aye. Haven't you finished that parchment yet?
It's nearly ready.
Robin! Will and the 2 Frenchmen are in the courtyard.
Right, Derwent, we're almost ready. Open the door.
Aye. Oh, I can't by myself. The door's so rusty I can't move it.
Well, go and get somebody else to help you then. Oh, thank you. Fine.
You don't seem very busy. I've got a job for you. Very busy? I'm in charge of getting rid of mice. Come on.
May I present my lord the Sheriff of Nottingham, Viscount de Montfichet, and Minister Extraordinary to His Highness Prince John, the Duke of...
Chambertin.
Oh, yes, of course. And his travelling companion, the Minister of State to King Philip of France.
Welcome to the Castle de la Roche. May I offer you some wine to slake your thirst after your long journey?
In order of rank, please.
Oh, of course. Excuse me.
Aren't you going to share in the cup of hospitality?
That's better. I was thirsty.
Please enter.
Assassin!
Do you mind not shooting mice until the international conference is over?
Yes, my lord.
Well, you asked for this meeting. Start talking, and make it brief.
We, the representatives of His Majesty, King Philip of France, are met here in secret with you, Minister Plenipotentiary to Prince John, to discuss a military alliance.
I believe my lord the sheriff said make it brief.
A military alliance aimed at overthrowing the forces still loyal to King Richard and placing Prince John on the throne of England.
What's Philip prepared to offer?
King Philip will put a mighty army in the field. 2,000 knights, 5,000 sergeants, 25,000 infantry, and a supply train commensurate with such a vast array of manpower.
All right, Prince John will match that manpower. Let's see, now that'll mean 200 knights, 500 sergeants...
And 2,500 infantry.
But you said...
Prince John feels that one of his men is worth 10 of Philip's.
My lord, you insult my king and the great nation of France, whose soil has produced the greatest...
Take it or leave it.
And what does Philip propose to do with his little army?
The plan is to invade England, to join up with the forces of Prince John, and to sweep the country before the might of...
Invade England? Where?
At Dover.
Oh, impossible.
But Julius Caesar landed at Dover?
My dear fellow, it happens that Prince John is currently enamored of a certain young lady who lives near Dover. He wouldn't want her nerves jangled by the clanking armor and rattling knees of a horde of French interlopers. Besides, strategic decisions will be taken by Prince John as Commander-in-Chief of the joint force.
His Majesty will be Commander-in-Chief. Philip is King of France, whereas John is simply a pretender to the throne of England.
Oh, come now, let's be sensible, Your Grace. Why, the only thing Philip knows how to lead is a retreat. Well, look at the way he ran from those miserable Saracens.
I will not listen to all this infamy. What about that false John and his retreat in the south? Private word. We must consult together. If you can spare us a minute. If you can spare us a minute.
You may have 2 minutes if you wish, but don't take more than 3. Oh, here are all Prince John's terms. Take them or leave them. We insist on a yes or no answer.
But these terms are outrageous. No matter. We must agree to them. Prince John is obviously much stronger than we first thought. He must have the English people in the palm of his hand.
Or he is simply an arrogant maniac.
He must also know that Richard has made a truce with the Saracens.
Impossible. Our courier reached Paris only last week.
Nevertheless, he must be aware that Richard is about to make war on the King of France. They know we're in a desperate position.
Are you sure of all this, Pino? Are you sure the sheriff is not bluffing?
Sheriff and his whole command. Tell Robin. I'll cut those outlaws into little pieces and make mincemeat of them.
Don't underrate them. You never felt the sting of their arrows. Oh, I beg your pardon, I forgot. Siege positions!
Well, yes or no?
We have signed the agreement. We accept Prince John's terms.
But a man would have to be out of his senses to agree to those preposterous terms.
We have signed. Would you please add your signature? We have not exactly enjoyed our visit, and we wish to leave. Please sign.
What can Robin do now? Besides, Your Majesty has your own position to think of.
I'm not forgetting that, I assure you. I think this is the point where we women ought to take charge.
I don't like this. It's too quiet. Take 3 men and cut timber for scaling ladders. And pass the word that there's a silver mark for any man who takes Robin Hood alive. This time, I've got him.
Oh, we're besieged.
Besieged? By whom? Why?
By the people, of course, the ridiculous oafs. They can't get over their loyalty to King Richard. Everywhere I go, I hear the same cry, down with Prince John. I'm getting tired of it.
Give me that agreement.
What's the matter, Your Grace?
A fine alliance this would be for King Philip. That maniac Prince John cannot even control the English service.
Well?
The ladders are ready, my lord.
Good. Prepare to assault.
Look, my lord. A white flag on the battlements.
My lord, Robin Hood surrenders.
They're raising the portcullis.
It may be a trap.
No, they must know they're outnumbered.
Very well, post archers to cover us and advance in open order.
So, Prince John has the people of England in the palm of his hand, eh? Idiots. A diplomatic miscalculation. The policy now is a strategic withdrawal.
I suppose that means you haven't the faintest idea how to get us out of here. I thought not. The devil if it is, neither have I.
Then perhaps I may be able to help.
It's the Queen Mother. We've been tricked. That wasn't the sheriff.
How are you, Mr. Pino? Had I known you were visiting us, I would have arranged the most suitable reception. This draughty old castle can scarcely be good for your health.
No, indeed, Your Majesty.
Then we must get you away from it as quickly as possible. What you need at this time of year are the soft airs of France. You must tell King Philip from me that further exposure to the climate of England might well prove fatal. I have a feeling he is misinformed about the state of affairs in England.
I will see to it personally. The diplomatic service is not what it was.
Then you are prepared to place yourselves entirely in my hands? Follow me. I will see about your departure.
Come out, you treacherous dog. Come out and give yourself up.
Put your weapons down.
What is the meaning of this, my Lord Sheriff?
Forgive me, Your Majesty. My men must have made a mistake.
Making mistakes appears to be a habit in this castle. Is that not so, Monsieur Pino?
Yes, indeed, Your Majesty.
Certainly the atmosphere gives rise to some strange stories. Some of them about you, my Lord Sheriff. For instance, these gentlemen from France have the extraordinary impression that there is some doubt about your loyalty to King Richard. I have assured them that this is not so. But since we are all here together, you will no doubt welcome this opportunity of adding your assurance to mine.
Of course, Your Majesty. I am at a loss to explain the cause of this strange delusion.
I knew I could rely on you to make your position perfectly clear. Thank you. I'm glad to say our guests have learned much by their brief visit here. It only remains to see them safely on their road back to France.
I should be delighted to escort them to the coast, personally.
I have no doubt that you would. But I'm afraid I must retain the privilege of your company for myself. Will you please prepare your men and yourself to escort me to Ludlow?
This is indeed an honor, madam. But who then will take care of our guests?
Someone whose devotion to King Richard can never be doubted.
Come on, Hugh. We'll be leaving in a minute. Another day and I'd have cleared the place of mice entirely. Oh, come on.
I wish Your Majesty was a member of my band in Sherwood. We'd never have to shoot a single arrow.
Not even at the King's deer? Keep your wits about you, my dear. There's nothing harder for a woman to cope with than a handsome scoundrel.
Kneel.
Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood, Robin Hood. He called the greatest archers to a tavern on the green. They vowed to help the people of the king. They handled all the trouble on the English country scene and still found plenty of time to sing. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men, feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood.